Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lunar New Year event release live drawing stream. Today, we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to talk about some burning mechanisms. We're going to talk about this really cool experimental Lunar New Year event that we did where folks could release their Axies, put them on the Lunacian Express, and send them on their way. These Axies got to go on a very fun and exciting one-way journey. There were some prizes that people could win, and then there was an additional raffle added where one lucky person will get 5 AOC tokens. Those are the tokens that allow you to roll a guaranteed origin and have the chance to get a mystic. So a very rare, very exciting thing with these AOC tokens. There are some epic items that people had a chance to win. 10 will get the Kitsune, and then there are 100 people that will get either the Coin Gecko statue or the Gon Baru Krypton. So that is 111 items that we are going to be giving away through this raffle. But before we get into the raffle, I do want to talk about the event itself, and I do want to introduce a couple of folks from the Sky Mavis team that you might not know too well. Philip has been making a splash on social media. We saw him on that big Twitter space just last week. But we've also got a fresh face, Jeffrey Cam, who I want to introduce here. Jeff, he works on the product team, and he's been doing some great work. Jeff, how are you? And welcome to the live stream.
Yeah, thanks, Zyori. Awesome to be here. This is the first time the community has, seen my face, heard my voice. I've been in a few Twitter spaces and stuff, but it's cool to be here. But a little bit about me. Before Sky Mavis, I worked at a company called Discord. You may have heard of it. I was a product designer there. Yeah. Some of us use that. And I joined Sky Mavis last October. So it's been a bunch of months now. But I lead product and design for the marketplace. So anything that goes on the marketplace goes through the marketplace or touches the marketplace. And the future things that are going to be there. I lead that. So
Very cool.
yeah.
All right. We need some good hands on the product team. And Phil, what is your official title? I guess you're also involved in product as well, although you're also kind of on the game design side, right?
Yeah, my official title is game product lead.
Okay, a foot in each camp. I see. Very nice.
Yeah.
So what does that entail? Like, what's the day-to-day for Philip look like?
Yeah. So for those who don't know yet, I just joined, I think like a week or two ago, and yeah, it's all been super fun so far. But yeah, my background was in Niantic for the past few years, working on Pokemon Go. And now at Sky Mavis, I work on basically help shepherd along all the different games, kind of providing direction, obviously taking in a lot of community feedback and yeah, helping us make sure we deliver the best experiences we can on the game side to all of you. And that goes to helping with game design, to product decisions, to economy tuning, all those types of things.
Absolutely. So this is a question for both of you, though. Philip, I think I want you to go first. How does it feel being able to communicate so directly with the audience? I mean, I have to imagine Web3 is a big shift from the Web2 world both of you were working in. Is this fun and exciting? Is it daunting and scary? Maybe a little combination of both? Like, how does it feel to be working sort of in plain sight of the community? I mean, you got a taste of it, I think, just yesterday, Philip, revealing something about land and how the tokens are going to work. That came to a big shock to some people, and I saw that Twitter thread was pretty spicy. How was that? Does that stress you out at all?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, a bit of both. I really enjoy being able to talk to the community directly and just talk about jam on ideas, be transparent about stuff. And yeah, on the land token thing, definitely more that I wanna put out there around that. And yeah, it's a big change from, all the previous companies and products I've worked on, where it's very much, closed. You kind of make decisions, just internally, and you do take in user feedback through, research and talking to a few users here and there through very structured systems. But being able to just talk directly with the community is a huge change from, I think, Web 2 to Web 3 in general, in terms of the culture. So yeah, it's amazing to me to be able to do that, but also yeah, it can be daunting, can be overwhelming. So I hope everyone can bear with me as I go through a bunch of these things.
Yeah, and how about
Yeah.
you, Jeff? Yeah.
Yeah, I would echo a lot of that, a lot of what Phil said. But I mean, first and foremost, I was an Axie Infinity community member before I became, before I worked at Sky Mavis. So I was in the trenches, with everybody else. I was in the Discord. I was in, I was watching the streams, following the people on Twitter, and I was that before I became a Sky Mavis employee, right? And so the thing about Web3 that we always talk about is community, right? Community is the roots, and it all stems from that, and that reflects Axie Infinity as well. And I think that's one of the best parts of working in Web3 is that people come from the community and they engage with the community, and that doesn't change. Now that we work with Sky Mavis, we still talk to the community. I'm in all the discords. I'm constantly talking, asking for feedback, right? But it is, a little bit daunting at times, right? It's big and scary and it's new, and we're in, unexplored territory. We're doing new things that no one's ever done before. So we can't just go look up a competitor and see how they did it.
Yeah.
It's all brand new. We don't know how things will end up. And, for the marketplace specifically, I get a lots of feedback, which is great. I love it. I ask for feedback directly in the Discord and stuff. And there are things like, hey, the marketplace is being slow, or my Axies aren't showing up, or things like that are design problems that I have to work through. But it's really cool to be able to just go on Twitter or hop in a Discord and ask for feedback right away.
Yeah, and before we dive into this Lunar New Year event, one of the other curiosities I had was how about coming in to a project that has 4 years now of history to it? You're maybe inheriting, is tech debt what they call it? Maybe in some cases it's ideas debt, things that have been announced way back in the past that now we look at in our current game design and go, how's that going to work? I'm not sure if that fits in with the current vision. And that just happens organically, right? The scope evolves. And this is a space that works at turbo speed where people are pushing out products so quickly and innovating so fast that it seems reasonable that over the course of 4 years, the vision can change a little bit. Any thoughts about that? How are you navigating this landscape where there's been a lot announced already, but still so much to build on top of that?
Yeah, I think that you're right. There's all sorts of debt. There's debt in every single category. I think there's design debt, there's tech debt, right? There's feature debt, and there's things we've promised the community, 4 years ago, right? Like the Ronin land item just went out today. I mean, last week or whatever, right? But Phil and I joining, we came into an awesome community that is really understanding, but at the same time they're excited to see new stuff. They're excited to see us develop and move the ship along, right? And I think the cool part is everyone's been really supportive, right? No one is, we haven't received an insane amount of just crazy people yelling at us on for things, but obviously they exist. But there's definitely a list of huge laundry list of things that we've got to do. And I think the cool thing is we're now building a team of really talented people to help tackle that, and we're getting our the organization and our ducks in a row to handle that right now. So as we scale, yeah.
Phil, anything you want to add to that? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even looking at a lot of the Origin stuff recently released, and there's the debt, but there's also just so much work that's been done already. So, I can't take any credit for obviously building Origin and all the amazing things that all of you saw, in that teaser blog post and all that. And I've been obviously diving in deep and getting some of this out there, but yeah, there's a ton of debt, but a lot of progress as well. But within the debt side, we definitely have to work within what's been done, what's been promised, what we wanted to ship for a long time now versus figuring out future directions together, and where we're going to go. So balancing all that is ultimately what we do as product managers.
It's part of the fun. Yeah, that's the name of the game. All right. Very cool. Well, I appreciate you guys letting me pick your brains a little bit. I guess formally welcome to the team. On behalf of the rest of the community, thank you so far. And we're super looking forward to seeing both of you make your mark on Lunacia. It's great. I mean, for me, coming in early to the Sky Mavis group before we scaled past like 100 employees, it's so bullish to see other people from the Web 2 space see these opportunities and say, hey, I want to give that up and shift to this Web 3 future. Because I had that thought, but I wasn't that confident. I was really scared. Most of my friends were like, are you sure you want to do this? This seems really risky. So it's just super cool. And I'm really glad to have you guys here. Let's talk about this event a little bit. This is the first Axie burning event. There's been a lot of talk about burning mechanisms. Obviously, the price of SLP has been very volatile over the last couple months with a downward trend. Things have stabilized a little bit. But with Origin looming, we're in a little bit of a unique situation where there's a lot of stuff that's about to be released, and it's hard to build burning mechanisms before the actual gameplay is there. Any high-level stuff we want to say about this event, maybe like the ideation around it? It was billed as an experiment, so maybe one of the first things we should address, was it successful? Was this an experiment worth doing?
I'll let Phil talk about the economy side of it, because it touches a lot on the economy side of it, right? But I think from a design and product perspective, it was absolutely a success, right? So there were a few things. So like you said, it was very much an experiment, right? It's brand new. We didn't know how people were going to use it, so we wanted to do, before we do the actual real, Axie burning, permanent Axie burning event that will come, later with Origin. We wanted to do a test run, right? And we wanted to reward people who burned, released, with some cool land items, right? Which we're going to draw today. Land items and the raffle, right? But one of the goals for me was I wanted to see how people use this, right? And I wanted to add a narrative to some things in the marketplace, right? Until today, the marketplace has been a very sterile, transactional UI where you just kind of go, you use it to transact, buy Axies, trade Axies, right? And do a couple other things. But there was no lore or narrative from Axie Infinity built into the marketplace, right? So this was an experiment in that, right? Adding a narrative to the act of releasing your Axie, right? You go to the Lunacian Express. You say bye to your Axie. You choose a destination that you want your Axie to go to, right? And they're gone permanently. You say bye, right? Goodbye, friend. That narrative was a success. I think people really enjoyed that. We saw things like people made art for the Lunacian Express, right? I saw a lot of really cool art of people just waving goodbye to their Axies at this train station. So that was really cool to see. And then the other side of it is the behavioral side, right? We have always talked about the idea that Axies are your pets, right? And we've sort of neglected that side of Axie Infinity for a long time. And I think that with the Lunacian Express and this Axie release event, we sort of saw a lot of that come to life. And in the idea that people went up to the Lunacian Express, they walked up to the platform, and then they couldn't do it. They were like, oh no, I can't release this Axie, right? I don't want to do that. I love this guy because for this reason. I love how this Axie looks. I love these parts. And a lot of people were hesitant to do that, and I think it's a lot of it is about, the story building, the narrative, and the lore. And so we're going to add a lot more of that to the marketplace going forward.
I mean, I definitely felt some of that where I thought, oh, I have all these chops Axies. I'm going to release so many Axies. And yeah, that's really easy for maybe the first 5 or 10. I think I have maybe 100 or 120. Yeah. And then once you get past 10, you're like, oh man, do I actually want to release this? And then you start thinking about, potential Origin combos in the future. And you're like, yeah, but what if this Axie is actually some sleeper awesome combo that I don't even know is good yet? I'm going to feel so bad if I release it. And yeah, that kind of game fear, you start to realize that you're a little more attached to your Axies than you might have thought beforehand.
Right. Yeah. That's the thing. I guarantee you a top tier Axie was released. A top tier Axie in Origin was released during this event. Because Origin's going to be so different, right? Yeah.
So Phil, how about the token side or oh no, there he is. Welcome back.
Oh, I'm good. Sorry.
So yeah, how about like kind of the token side, like the numbers as well? Like I keep saying tokens, but I guess I mean to say numbers. Like, did you have an expectation for the total number of Axies to be released, or like a minimum threshold to consider this event successful?
Yeah, I mean, we had modest expectations, I would say overall, in terms of, people releasing their valuable Axies. And so yeah, in terms of the number wise, it definitely exceeded that. People released more than we expected. As very small test. Obviously, the gifts that people got from their Axies were cosmetic and were really cool things that Masamune and the team created and people will be able to use in land. But yeah, I think it was definitely just a really strong proving point around releasing as a feature in the future. Obviously, showed it worked, really smoothly. Obviously, Jeff's team did a great job with it. And yeah, the idea is, you will be able to get a lot of different things in the future from releasing, from upgrade items or accessories or other types of things that will be valuable to release Axies for. And so, yeah, this just sets the stage for that. And so we're that much closer to those types of experiences.
Definitely, and I maybe worth reiterating that this is all calibrated around cosmetics, right? These are items that don't have any inherent utility. Certainly, they have value on the marketplace. I think the Crimson Tiger was selling for like 0.17 ETH floor this morning, something like that. So they do have value, but there are a lot of ways that you could make events like this even more meaningful with the rewards. This feels like just a very small starting point.
Yeah, I mean, I think there'll definitely be things to show off in the future as kind of the first items you can get from releasing, and yeah, you'll definitely be one of the OGs in terms of this new mechanism. But yeah, in the future there will be things that people can get with utility of some sort or with other ways to show off even within Origins and other games.
There's one thing I want to add that I forgot to mention is that with this release event with the Lunacian Express, it was also like a sort of a peek into the future of the marketplace as well. For years since Axie Infinity Marketplace launched, there hasn't been too many changes, too many new additions to the marketplace, right? But with the Lunacian Express, we added an entire new tab, in the navigation, right? And I think that's like the first time that's happened since the marketplace launched. So it's sort of a peek into, the future of the marketplace, where we're headed with it. It's going to have a lot more. It's going to be a lot more than just a marketplace. In fact, in a few months, we're not going to call it a marketplace anymore. The marketplace will just be a small portion of this, web app, right? It'll have things like the Lunacian Express, right? This is where you go to release Axies. It'll have, the badge system, right? Like that Phil has talked a lot about. This is where you go to see your badges, right? And things like that. And maybe things around Origin, things around land, and a bunch of other aspects of Axie Infinity that, we haven't even, incorporated yet. It's all going to live in this web app. Yeah.
Right. And so it sounds like a lot more ways to show off the really cool stuff that you have, like avatars, profile pages, like, hey, let me display my trophy case of all my favorite Axies or my collector's items or whatever. But then also with these badges, ways to show off like achievements and accomplishments within the game, whether it's collector's accomplishments or challenge-based accomplishments, or even like arena stuff, maybe even tournaments in the future. You could have, sanctioned majors or something like that, where if you place, it saves your trophy with your placement there as like a little memorabilia thing. I mean, I love this kind of stuff. I think this is a great example of these like soul-bound NFTs that people have been talking about recently, where that trophy case can be really valuable for, on the esports side, like future qualifiers. We could use that as a system to say, hey, if you've played in X amount of majors and placed above Y position, you automatically get invited to AxieCon or some world finals, or maybe you could qualify for an airdrop if you have some set of collectibles where, hey, I have the complete set. And then that gives you something. I mean, I'm sort of just spitballing here, but just the potential of what you're talking about of evolving the marketplace into this really robust kind of user experience. Like, I'm getting chills, dude. I got goosebumps all over.
Yeah.
Okay, well, anyway, enough about that. Phil, I can see you're very stalwart, but you look very excited as well. I can tell you're oozing with excitement about all these features.
Yeah, it's early for me, but yeah, hopefully you can feel my
Early for me
energy
too.
coming through.
I can. It actually does. It does translate. Okay, well, I think it might be time to get into the drawing territory here. So, very quickly to just go over the prizes, so we're all on the same page of who is going to be winning what. Let me find it here. So, we are not going to draw all of the 100 winners live on stream here for the CoinGecko and the Ganbaru Krypton. We will announce those, and all of these prizes will just be sent directly to the winners' wallets. So you don't need to claim anything. You don't need to do anything. If anyone reaches out to you or sends you a form to claim, it is not us. It is a scam. We will be sending these directly to your wallet if you are selected to win. So you don't have to do anything. So the 100 will be sent. We are going to draw the 10 winners for the raffle number 2, the Kitsune, and then the last one, the big deal, that's going to be the 5 AOC tokens, and very excited about that. Of course, a little note there, those will be sent on Ethereum. The AOC tokens are, I think they're ERC20s on Ethereum mainnet. So just be aware, the others are items on Ronin, and that one is Ethereum. So any notes about the prizes? Anything else you guys want to get out there before we get into this fun RNG number drawing?
These are awesome prizes. The Kitsune, it's definitely, if you're one of the winners, there's nothing to scoff at. There's not a lot, being sold in the marketplace right now. I think like the floor is like 18 ETH or something like that.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. I didn't realize it was that high. That's awesome. So, and then every Axie released represents an entry into this raffle, basically. Correct? So
right. Yeah. So you can win multiple times.
It is possible, yes. If
statistically possible.
Yes, exactly. And there are Sky Mavis employees that have released Axies, and if any of them are drawn, we will redraw and throw those back in. So also just wanted to clarify that. We are going to have Jeff in real time try to verify like if any of the accounts have usernames so we can announce the usernames live on stream. So this is the part that's a little bit less sexy. I'm going to show you real quick just in the way of transparency here. This is our spreadsheet. We've got 147,000 entries in here, something like that, just shy of 150K. And these are all of the Axies that were burned and all of the different addresses associated with them. So this is going to be our key for the numbers that we're drawing. And then we're going to use our buddy over here, random.org, the true random number generator, to help us out. And these are going to represent the cells in our spreadsheet that we're going to go for 2 to 147,444. Gents, is it time? I think we're ready to generate for our first 10 winners of the Hitsune.
Let's do it.
All right. Number 1. It's a very late one. 147,247. Guess I can paste these to you very quickly here.
So this person released 11 Axies.
Okay. Any username?
It is Coach Seb.
Coach Seb. All right.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Does that ring a bell to you?
No, but sounds like, hey, man, if he's a coach, I mean, this sounds like a real Axie community member. So, all right. That's what we like to see. Let's go for our second. We're going to generate again. 119,597. Another high number. I guess I can zoom in a little bit.
This user released 3 Axies.
Okay. 3 Axies. Wow, we got a lucky one here. This is so exciting. I love the anticipation for each one.
Their username is Nursery.
Nursery. All right. Congratulations, Nursery. That is our second winner of the Hitsune. Let's go again. Another high number. 130,035.
Okay, this person released a lot.
Okay, we got a big one here.
20 Axies.
20 Axies. Okay. That's a good lot.
Their username is UU.
You. Okay. Congratulations. You, all lowercase. All right. Next one. 49239.
49239.
This is our fourth winner that we have just selected here.
This person released 3 Axies. Username DC.
DC. All right. DC. You know, I used to work at a computer repair store, and my boss had to handle DC. It stood for Da Cheese. I wonder if it's him. All right, next one, 22858. This is our fifth winner of the Hit Soon. Get a little background beat for us here, so we've got something to fill the space. Here we go. All right.
Person released 6 Axies.
Okay.
Their username is Chutzpah with an exclamation.
Schutzpah. Oh, Schutzpah. Okay.
Yeah.
Chutz. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let's roll again. And 76116. This is our sixth winner. The lives
7
are changing.
Axies.
Okay, 7 Axies. Will we get somebody that only released a singleton Axie?
Username XCID. XCID.
Okay, XCID. Congratulations. Winner number 7, 86939.
Okay, this user released a lot. I'm not going to count it. Maybe 100 plus.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Yeah. Username We Game Guild. WGG.
We Game Guild. Okay. I feel like I should know that name. WGG. Well, congratulations. Looks like we got a guild winner. Winner number 8, 41044.
Five Axies released. User is Axie Pool.
Axie Pool. All right. This is winner number 9, 53429.
Five Axies released.
Okay.
Username Tiger number 4.
Tiger 4. Congratulations. Today you're Tiger number 1.
It sounds like this person got the Tiger number 4 from the event.
All right. So we've got one left. This is our last Hit Soon winner. 41789.
Three Axies released. User Isco Shay Ray 2.
3 Axie release seems like the lucky number here.
I think so, yeah.
Wow. Isco Che Ray 2. Congratulations. All right. So, again, if your name was called there, if you were one of those 10 lucky winners, congratulations. You found yourself a Hit Soon. and it will be sent your way. It will be sent by a Sky Mavis employee. Again, you don't need to do anything. We already have your wallet address because you entered, and it will be sent your way. Wow, very cool, very exciting. This is lit. This is it, though. No repeats. This is the last one, the 5 AOC tokens. So again, I want to reiterate how cool this is. All right, how many AOC are left out there? Like 1,000, something like that. 1,200, maybe. That's the last estimate I remember hearing around NFT NYC time. All right, it takes 5 of these AOC tokens. These are Axie Origin tokens to make an Origin Axie, and those Origin Axies have a chance to be Mystic. It could be a double Mystic. You could roll the next triple Mystic. You could be rolling right now the last Mystic, man. You know, like when you're playing Cards Against the Humanity and you get the one for the last Buffalo and you're like, oh, I love this card. This is it, man. This is it. This is the last Mystic.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, I want to say, if you win this and you don't want to keep them, reach out. We'll connect you with somebody who wants to buy them.
That's a good call. That is definitely a good call. There is a market. Okay. Well, I think it's time. Let's get the beats going. Let's feel it. Everybody, fingers crossed. Best of luck to all participants. 22393. Please tell me it's Jiho.
39. This person released 1 Axie.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
1 Axie, and their username is Client. It is a VGG Scholar #1.
Client.
Ooh.
Klient.
VGG Scholar #1. Wow.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Wow.
I was holding my breath.
He or she released 1 Axie.
Yep.
I don't know what AOC tokens are going for right now. Probably a good amount. I would guess at least 5 ETH each. So 5 of them, probably somewhere like around the value of a Mystic, somewhere in there. You know, because again, it has potential to be better. So probably even more than that. Wow.
Yep.
That is like that's life changing.
Congrats, client.
That is awesome.
To a
That's
scholar.
It's awesome that it was 1 Axie release as well. I love that.
So what's the lesson learned here, folks? Like 1 vote does matter. Like when in doubt, just throw 1 in, just because like 1 lottery ticket can win against a large number. I mean, this wasn't millions of entries, but still, a single Axie. Congratulations, client. I am so happy for you. I'm busting right now, boys.
Yeah. So the thing is with this one, we can't just directly send it to their wallet. We'll need them to reach out to us.
Because this one is Ethereum. So client we'll be in touch.
Yeah. And if anyone knows client, connect us.
Yeah, if anyone knows client and anyone from VGG watching, shoot him a message. Be like, hey bro, you actually just won. Yeah, that it's real. It's real. Okay. All right. Recollect. Bring it back down. Very excited. This was even more exciting than I thought it would be. I knew this live drawing would be cool, but wow. So how do we wrap this thing up? I mean, that was such a high note. Is there anything we can tease for the future? I know like there will definitely be more of these kind of events and experiences as we already talked about. Prizes will probably only escalate from here, but I dub it a success, man. Happy Lunar New Year to everyone, and thank you to everyone that participated. A bon voyage to all of the Axies that went on their journey. Who knows? Hopefully their journey goes well. Maybe they'll report back one day. Who's to say?
Yeah, actually, to touch on that a little bit, Zyori, when we launched this event, a lot of people were like, hey, why is it not the Burn wallet? And the reason is, why is it just like some wallet that Sky Mavis owns? The reason is we want to leave the door open to future possibilities, and those possibilities could be, anything like you mentioned, these Axies could return in future experiences, right? Maybe, and I'm going to throw random ideas out. This is not something we talked about. Maybe there are Axies that are, excuse me, roaming around on land, or maybe there's a future game that could use them. Maybe, people, developers in the builders program, if they need NPCs, they can pull from this. Things like that, right?
Even
There's
just
a
lore
lot of
construction, right? Like, where's
Right,
the
yeah.
Express taking them? That's like a whole unexplored sort of. There's
Right.
potential for lore there whenever we hire our lore master. Man, that's so exciting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I think the possibilities to expand on this, like this is just like the super super early, like first bit of what we can do with this type of mechanism and this whole system. So yeah, it's gonna get a lot more interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we should wrap this up. Anything else that you guys want to add? Final shout outs. At the very least, plug your Twitters, gentlemen, because I'm sure there'll be plenty of more information in the future that you'll want to get out there. But I want to thank both of you for joining me for this. So much fun to get to see the product guys that are, on the game design and the marketplace side and hear some of these leaks for the future. I always leave these conversations feeling so motivated and excited for the stuff that we're building. So seriously, thank you for giving us some of your time and attention. I know the community really appreciates it.
Cool. This was awesome, Zyori. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for hosting. Awesome hosting as usual.
No, thanks. All right, very cool. So, folks, remember to follow Axie on all the socials. All this content you can find on our YouTube as well, youtube.com/AxieInfinity. Make sure you follow us here on Twitch. We're going to be doing more and more of these live streams between the dev updates, the fireside chats, the Axie Tuesdays. We got content coming every which way. So make sure you're tuned in. Make sure you're following because this is where the action happens. Remember to Axie hard, folks, and we'll catch you on the next one of these things.